For 16 years, we've been building a site that's been called innovative, insightful, and informative. Now there's a new name for it. We're now NBCnews.com.
Day 3. 36 hours since Mickey Costanzo left school and vanished. Search teams prowled the desert beyond sight of Wendover's neon casinos. Faint hope. Out here, the great empty basin sprawls 180,000 square miles. And then, Saturday morning, one of the searchers noted something that looked sort of odd out here in the middle of nowhere. Fresh tire tracks veering off the dusty desert road. He followed them.
He stated he'd seen some sagebrush that appeared to have been disturbed and was covering some ground. So he looked underneath the sagebrush and saw what he thought appeared to be blood and decided that he needed to call the authorities.
This is the area they call the gravel pits. Police took a camera to record what they might find there.
We removed the sagebrush and gently dug into the area and found what we thought was part of a human body.
Did you just uncover the body then?
No. We backed out of the area and contacted Washoe Crime Unit to come in and exhume that area for evidence.
The crime scene investigators from
Reno.
But Reno was 400 miles away, 9 hours by car. Still nothing more to do until they arrived. So they sealed off the area and waited. Just as Mickey's sister Christina, still searching, drove by.
I just felt like your heart sink. I saw the unmarked police car driving on the gravel pit road that I was on the night before. And it just sank.
Only one thing that could mean. So she rushed home, picked up her mother, went to see the police chief.
And he said, "We have found a body." So we called off the search. And I guess out of hope, I says, "Well, can you see her?" And he says, "No." I says, "Well, then you don't know it's her." And he says, "You're right, Christina, but she's the only one missing. So we're pretty sure it's her."
But they couldn't know for sure, said the chief, till the forensics team arrived next morning.
And I said, "You're gonna leave her out here again all night?" And he said, "Yes, we have to." And I remember saying, "Then I'm not leaving." And he told us we had to. And he said, "I'll have somebody out here at all the time." And I said, "It shouldn't be strangers. She shouldn't be left with strangers."
For them to look at me and tell me, "We'll all be here, she won't be alone." Made me feel pretty good. As good as you can feel.
Then police made it public.
Shallow grave was discovered, the contents of which are unknown.
Because the discovery was outside city limits, the case came under the jurisdiction of the Sheriff's Department, 110 miles away, in Elko, Nevada. Detective Kevin McKinney raced down I-80. He met the forensics team next morning.
They started sifting and it didn't take very long once it started.
It was Mickey, in a shallow grave beneath a clump of sagebrush, 5 miles from home.
It was very emotional. The age of the victim and the brutality, I guess disturbing would be the word.
Mickey had been beaten, cut, stabbed repeatedly.
Several jagged slashes across her face, neck, head. The blood loss had saturated the ground underneath her.
Looked kind of personal.
Mm-hmm. It was very aggressive. It was not a precision type of injury.
And then those policemen had to go to Mickey's family and tell them what they found.
My heart sank to the pit of my stomach, and I screamed. I just dropped, and I just kept screaming. The one thing I will never, ever forget in my entire life is watching my daughter DJ scream
the scream I haven't heard from her even as a baby, and fall to the ground in shock and disbelief. She physically did what I felt like I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because I'm the mom. I had to keep myself together. I had to be the strong one.
And so she had a news conference and said what, at this point, everybody in town was thinking.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, this is not over yet until the person or persons responsible are brought to justice.
But why Mickey of all people? Not an enemy in the world, at least as far as anybody knew. And yet, here at the crime scene, one clue, one weird, awful clue.
There was a zip tie that was bound around her wrist.
What did that say to you?
Indicated to me that she was restrained and more than likely taken from that school against her will.
Somebody kidnapped Mickey Costanzo and then murdered her with almost unimaginable brutality. But who and why? And then another clue. One of the officers going through surveillance video from the school found the grainy image of Mickey just outside the girls' locker room. And she wasn't alone.